Liberals are learning to love a state they once smeared as racist. Southern Democrats are pushing for their national convention to be held in Atlanta to help solidify the gains made in Georgia the last election. But I guess they forgot about the time when they chased out the MLB All-Star game over a lie about the state's voting law.
This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
High turnout and voter suppression can take place at the same time.
This is Jim Crow on steroids, what they're doing in Georgia and 40 other states.
And if they can navigate the difficulties put in place by Brian Kemp and Brad Grafsenberger to not only game the system, but to suppress voting in the state of Georgia.
Jim Crow 2.0 is about two insidious things: voter suppression and election subversion.
Amazing. Wow. You should be eating crow. Jim Crow. According to a new poll, 0% of Black Georgia voters say they had a poor voting experience. Danny, we were just talking about this. I don't know in my memory of any poll at 0%.
I mean, you often you'll even get 1% of the country thinks we're going in the right direction.
Yes.
You're like, who are those 1%? But I think this was an incredible result for the voters of Georgia, and I mean all of them, Republicans and Democrats. If you look at Governor Kemp, who was under so much abuse from the Democrats, he now has a 65% approval rating, I think the highest in the country for any governor. And he just came back from Davos. He was like, hey, you want to make good vehicles? Come to my state because I've got great workers. So he's moved on. And the Democrats cannot move on. But also now they're worried. They're like, oh, boy, we have a state that is sort of turning perhaps in our direction because they've had a lot of people move into the state. They had Stacey Abrams, who gets a lot of attention and a lot of fundraising, but just cannot seal the deal, even though she said it was stolen from her. The one entity in this that I'm wondering about is corporate America. Did they learn their lesson? Because it wasn't just MLB pulling out, but remember there was the Coca-Cola thing and also the airline? Delta.
Absolute cowards.
And so you have to wonder if now when the request comes in from the media, what is your position, corporation, about X, Y, or Z woke policy? Hopefully they would just decide to take a pass on that one and let the politics be handled by somebody else. I spoke to somebody today, a Republican who lives down in Georgia, who used to work for the former governor, and he said, yes, the Democrats are coming to save us from ourselves. We can't wait to see them.
Yeah. No, it seems to me with the corporations, might have said it in the A block, they were convinced or coerced by the fear of activists than they are about their consumers. And that's been a trend. Jessica, it must pain you to be part of a party that is now the party of white supremacy, right? Because obviously we were told over and over again that Georgia was, with this voting bill, it's now Jim Eagle.
That's been long thrown in my face, and I have to talk about Robert Byrd all the time, who did see the error of his ways. I luckily, for the sake of me surviving this block, have been consistent that you should not say things that they're like Jim Crow. Nothing's like the Holocaust.
Right.
No one should be compared to a KKK member unless they're a KKK member. These are things that have happened in history, and no two things are the same, right? So you can talk about things that are wrong, right? When I think it was 50,000 people were cleaned off the voter rolls. That's something that you could talk about that Brian Kemp oversaw, or moving ballot drop boxes, things like that. But when you use hyperbole like that, people get stuck in that. And then you get a result like that, and you have egg on your face from that. And there are prominent Democrats, like both Democratic senators from Virginia, that are pushing really hard for this. Georgia is definitely more purple, but also Republicans ran just uniquely terrible candidates. So people were forced essentially to be Kemp Warnock voters, or to vote for John Ossoff, where if they had had somebody decent, they probably wouldn't have done that. So I understand the push. Obviously, we want to make as many inroads as possible, but there's going to be a lot of ads run like that, for sure.
So, in summary, you are embarrassed by your party.
I've actually changed registration in the middle of the show.
That is good. Yeah. That is good. You are now you're one of us. Judge, they shamed so many people. Yeah. And then they're why would I bet we're the only show that's pointing out this hypocrisy.
Well, I don't know if we are, but what I can tell you is this: if they didn't change the election law that caused Coca-Cola, Delta, Major League Baseball to leave, So since they haven't changed the law, which they said is racist, and we are racist as a result of it, then liberals decide if a state is racist based upon whether or not we vote for them. And if we vote for them, we're not racist, because there's still that same racist Jim Crow 2.0 law.
Right.
But now Georgia, we're going to promote Georgia because they voted for Democrats. I mean, that shows you the lie of this racism allegation and the lie of, the voter suppression and all that. I mean, Stacey Abrams didn't win. I think her loss was worse this time.
Yeah.
So it was, the whole thing is just about the left destroying people and calling them names.
Can we create a scenario where the Democrats are considered racist for this? Why are they doing it? It's clear that they're racist.
Well, I mean, they fought a civil war to keep their slaves, but call us racist insurrectionists. So they don't care about the truth. They care about the story. Because the story can be right, it can be wrong. People would rather hear a story than hear the truth. And their story is, and they're sticking to it, Republicans are trying to stop the black vote, even though historically Democrats, I think, spent 100 years trying to stop the black vote. They can go in and have their little convention there. The weather's beautiful in August. You have high 80s, you have no humidity, not a wet time. No, I looked it up, did a lot of research on weather in August there, and it's a beautiful time of year. So I'm happy about that. What I'm not happy about is they get all their power brokers in Atlanta, and they eat, and they drink, and they sleep together, and they plot. And then, voila, early voting is eons now. And all of a sudden, you plow out all of these ballots, and all these ballots get harvested, and they count, and they count, and they count, and they count until they win. That's what I'm worried about.
That's a big worry.
It's a concern. It's going to be another nail biter.
Yeah, and we're going to go, aren't we?
Well, the weather, I said, is
convention?
beautiful.
Yeah.
We'll be welcome.
It'll be really cool and
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.